Hey guys, welcome back to the Cool Classic Kids Show, and today we are talking about Starfield because, well, it's been a lot of discussion around Starfield over the holiday. I mean, ever since this game came out, it's been nothing but being discussed by, well, people that have dismissed it. I don't know why they're talking about it despite having dismissed it before it even came out, and then obviously the people that have played it. For me, it's one of those things where I put like 250 hours into this game, give or take, and I had fun for what it was. I went into Starfield understanding how Bethesda is as a developer when it comes to their in-house, and I know that they're not the most skilled developers by any means. They've always um, had these games that are going to have bugs, they're going to have glitches. Some of them I really do enjoy, and some of them I absolutely despise. Elder Scrolls Oblivion happens to be one of, if not my favorite game of all time. And then Fallout 4 just so happens to be one of the biggest disappointments I've ever had the disdain of playing and somehow beating. And then Starfield for me sits somewhere in the middle. And like I said, I went into this, definitely with tempered expectations. I wasn't sold on Starfield at all until close to launch, really. But the discussion is surrounding the fact that, well, Starfield is essentially getting review bombed on Steam. And if you guys do take a look at the Steam page for Starfield, it is recent reviews being mostly negative, and all reviews now mixed, and the mostly negative has essentially brought it to the mixed review score. Now, why is Starfield, you ask, being mostly negative reviewed as of late? Well, honestly, I have to blame Bethesda for all this. And to the clowns out here, okay, because there are definitely quite a few clowns that think that, oh, well, PC gamers don't have the right to review Starfield. Xbox fanboy nonsense. You're a clown. You're an absolute clown. If anything, the gamers on Steam have the right to review and give the final say on this game before you clowns on your Xbox Game Pass have the right to give it the grade that you want. These are the people that paid for the game. I'm one of those people. I bought the most expensive version of Starfield day one on Steam because I was relatively confident in what I was getting into. My only thing was, well, is the game going to be buggy or not? Am I going to run into save glitches? And thankfully, unlike with Fallout 4, I didn't run into that with Starfield. But I did indeed pay full price and then some for Starfield. So these individuals on Steam certainly have the right to review Starfield the way that they want to. They're the ones that put up the money. And really, you can't drop a review on Starfield unless you've purchased the game or you've been given a review code, etc. You can't just go out of your way and drop a review on a Steam game unless you actually have that Steam game in your library. And one thing I love about fanboys is that, well, they keep track of what the other fanboys say. I mean, at the end of the day, they're all stupid, mind you, but this fanboy is a deranged pony who happened to have screen capped the Xbox curator, who is a deranged Xbot. And who cares what the pony has to say? I don't want to see what the bot is saying because this dude is a complete total clown. They say this same trash fire of a PC user based on Steam will attack Avowed as well because they hate Xbox. Pull Avowed from Steam before it's too late. And it's just so deranged, man, that this dude, just because the actual people that bought Starfield, I'm sure this asshole played it on Game Pass, but the people that actually bought Starfield are saying that, well, the game has issues, and really are speaking to the reality that clearly gamers don't like when developers, talk trash on gamers for criticizing their game, and two, we don't like when these companies have these they make stupid decisions on how to respond to their community. That's really what Bethesda is guilty of. And they say releasing Xbox games on PC was a bad decision. PC users don't even like or respect the games. and it killed console sales. I feel like if Starfield was Xbox exclusive, it would have been better off because Xbox players are the only ones who give it the respect it deserves anyway. You mean that you're the only ones willing to completely shill for a game that you probably didn't even buy? That's just the reality of it, bro. PC users, the great thing about PC users is that, well, we don't dick eat either side. We like that all the games are coming to PC eventually because, well, they are. One way or another, PC is getting all y'all's games on all y'all's consoles. And that's what's dope about it. And yes, we're gonna, properly assess a game for what it is, and we're gonna properly assess a company for what it is. Because PC dudes, when we have an issue with a company's response to players or a developer's responsibility, yeah, we make sure y'all know about that, which is a positive thing. That's what's supposed to be done. We are supposed to voice our disdain for ignorant, really disrespectful game developers, game publishers, etc., etc., etc. And they say no matter what you want to believe, it doesn't matter if you don't like Starfield. Your opinion is more worthless than PlayStation in 2024. Xbox will continue to release games like Starfield, and there's nothing that can stop that. Avowed is next, and I'm of the belief that Avowed is going to be a better game than Starfield, in my honest, humble opinion. Because, well, Obsidian, they the OGs when it comes to Fallout, baby. They the ones that understand. They understand, and really, I absolutely love the Outer Worlds. I thought it was a great game, and I still wholeheartedly believe that it is a better game than Starfield is, even though I did in fact like Starfield as well. But then we have to ask, guys, well, why all of a sudden the recent reviews for Starfield are so bad? Obviously we have to ask this question. Well, guys, it's all Bethesda's fault. It's all their fault. Look, when you, Bethesda, are responding to poor reviews with Chat GPT created nonsense, basically kind of in a condescending manner, talking to negative review scores. Look, there's plenty of things. Guys, I beat Starfield. I put over 200 hours into Starfield. There is certainly things to criticize about Starfield. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it is not a perfect game. It is a game that certainly feels dated in a lot of different ways. But despite that, I enjoyed it. But to sit here and Bethesda not take your criticism that you deserve, in a humble manner, or just shut up. Just shut up. It's really that simple. That's all you have to do in most scenarios. Just shut your mouth. If you choose to not get with the times, if you choose to put out a dated game in Starfield, because it is indeed dated, not going to sit here and pretend that it's the most, this is the future of gaming. No, this is the past of gaming. Okay, I found it relatively humorous, and that's why I enjoyed it. But it does feel like a dated game, and there's a lot of criticism that the Chat GPT responses from Bethesda gave criticism to, responded to, that this criticism that was placed there was very acceptable. I may not agree with all of it, but I can at least understand from an objective perspective why the persons that were giving the criticism that they were giving, I can understand why the criticism was there. It wasn't like something they pulled out of their ass. Bethesda, you have to learn to accept your criticism, because guess what? The whole Chat GPT replies to reviews happened just prior to the mostly negative reviews in the recent review section of Steam. And it also doesn't help, guys, when let's go to the developer for Starfield. It doesn't help when Emil here, who is the studio design director at Bethesda Game Studios, it doesn't help when this asshole game developer goes on a 15-tweet tangent about how gamers are wrong about their games. Look, and we're not going to get into this nonsense, okay? But he's basically saying, funny how disconnected some gamers are from the realities of game development. You know what, Emil? I don't give a shit about the game development cycle. I don't care. What matters is, did you adhere to the promises that you made to the people you were trying to sell a product to? Did you do that? I don't think that you did. While I enjoy Starfield, there's definitely things that they were touting that really just they just don't add up to what they were hyping up. The game does not live up to the hype. It is a okay game at best, and honestly, I feel as though the review score for Starfield on, what is it, Metacritic or whatever, I feel like that's a pretty good score. It's pretty accurate. Honestly, I maybe even would put it a little tiny bit lower than that. Not like super low by any means, but maybe even a little bit lower than that, because you know what? I have to be fair and honest and genuine about it. No gamer cares about the game development cycle and what goes into the hardship that it takes for you to do your job. Okay, because guess what? I got to go to work and do my job. And guess what? Sometimes I work extra hours, just like you do, buddy boy. Nobody goes to bat for me. And you know what? I don't want them to. This is what I signed up for. That's what you signed up for. If the product doesn't live up to expectations and the people that purchased your product have a problem with it, well, that's just too bad. Either accept the criticism and fix the issues that you were criticized for, or maybe game development just ain't for you, buddy boy. If you're putting out a relatively mediocre to below, in that space of mediocre and just okay, you're putting out that product and people are criticizing you for it, and you just refuse to, accept that criticism and try to make a better product in the future. You're just gonna bitch about how your job is so hard and how you should be given the benefit of the doubt, even though, well, people are unhappy with what they paid for. I mean, you're just a clown. And this happened just recently prior to the review scores of Starfield going to that very mostly negative range. This is all Bethesda's doing. And to just sit here and act like it isn't, well, I don't know what to say. You guys at Bethesda caused this to happen. Okay? Because Starfield was sitting at a relatively average score. And you know what? These guys deserve to have their voice heard more than anyone else because, like I said, they didn't run it on Game Pass. They bought it on Steam with their money. So yeah, let me know what you think about this situation regarding Starfield. And I know I'm hard on these game developers, but I'm sorry, I don't care. I don't want to hear your whining about you having to do your job. Guess what? So does everyone else that wants to, support themselves or support their family. So to sit here and act like I'm supposed to feel sorry for you because your product was received poorly because there's objectively some things wrong with your product or some things that could have been done way better in your product, that's a you problem. And Bethesda as a whole, I hope that you learn from this. I really do. Because the fact that you actually got Chat GPT replies to reviews that were negative of Starfield, this is some really petty corporate stuff, man. Some high-level petty corporatry. And then you wonder why this is the response that you're getting. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. If you can, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Follow me over on Twitter, Kick, if you'd like to continue the conversation. And guys, gonna do a live stream this Thursday, just me, myself, and I. So definitely tune in Thursday, 8 p.m. EST if you want to hang out with me. And it's a fun time. Love talking to you guys in the chat. And yeah, guys, with all that being said, I'm out. Peace.